What are character interactions? Character interactions are things that characters say and do to one another. Remember, in a play or in drama, what they say is called the dialogue. We can infer lots of things about the characters, like their traits / personal qualities, based on how they interact. So when it says that we can infer, that means we are making an inference. We are going to use our background knowledge, which is also called schema, and the text clues to try and figure out what kind of character the author is giving us and how that character relates to other people in the story. So, looking at what they do, our example is the old man gave James a small white bag with magical green crystals. So this is his action. What they say, or the dialogue, could be, "Come closer, my dear, and take a look." So we use these two to make an inference of what this makes you think of. Our character interactions can change throughout the story. So in the beginning of the story, the characters may be friends, and then they go through a conflict, and at the end of the story, they end up falling out or not being friends anymore. Or maybe they weren't friends, something happens, and in the end, they form a friendship. When looking at the characters' interactions or their relationships, we want to stop when you notice trouble in a scene and ask, what's happening between the characters here? Because if there's a conflict going on, more than likely there's going to be some sort of change in their interaction. So we want to make sure we make a mental note of how those characters are changing throughout the story. B, expect your initial ideas to shift with more of the story. So the question becomes, what's really happening between the characters? So in the beginning, you might think that the characters are best friends. You may believe that they would never do anything to betray one another. And then a conflict may arise where that character just completely changes. And so your mindset, or what you think about that character, your ideas about that character, would also change. And C, what is the weight of the relationship for positive and negative sides? So we want to think about do's and don'ts. So is there a relationship going from being positive to negative? Or is it changing from negative to positive? We want to keep that in mind as well.